Hello football family, welcome to Sport News. This channel brings you the latest and most credible sport news. Please like and share this video to others. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. City see off Arsenal to chug on in Cup. Premier League positions went out the window as Guardiola's City saw off Arteta's Gunners at the Etihad. The Sky Blues are now in the fifth round of the world's oldest domestic knockout competition. It was Apprentice taking on his master in the FA Cup fourth round, as the Gunners' Arteta spent several seasons under City's Guardiola's watchful eye as a player. Experience ultimately proved key though, as the hosts edged out a nervy 1-0 win. The away side were the strongest in the encounter's earliest exchanges, going close with a few good chances. Most of these were product of the left wing, with debutant Leandro Trossard coming into his own. The ex-Brighton man was repeatedly allowed into the home side's box, curling in good crosses for both Nketiah and Tomiyasu, neither of whom were able to convert. This initial pressure going forward did not put City off, as Guardiola's side soon found their rhythm, dominating waves of midfield possession. Belgian midfielder Kevin De Bruyne saw much of the ball, but he was unable to muster anything to liven up the home fans, his closest effort curling just round Turner's far post. It was a similar story with Norwegian machine Haaland, who had a couple of sniffs at goal, but the Arsenal defence did well to keep him at bay. Arsenal's recent momentum was enough to see them perform well at times, as even the 7 changes which the manager had made from the last gasp victory against Man United did not seem to affect their solid shape across the park. This was not enough to detract from City's dominance for the majority of the first period, though. The second 45 started along the same vein, with City eager to get forward whenever possible. However, the longer the home side were unable to find the opener, the more frustrated they were getting, resorting to bringing on fresh faces to try and break down the visitors. And it clearly had the desired effect, as City soon found the opener. England playmaker Jack Grealish was the brains behind the move, as he toyed with the Arsenal defenders down the left flank before laying it back to Nathan Ake. The burly defender then calmly slotted it home, just out of Turner's reach. This blow soon forced Arteta into some changes, with more regular first-team players entering the fray. Zinchenko and Martinelli's presence clearly inspired the visitors, as their performance immediately improved. Despite successfully seeing off a brief period of City domination, the Gunners kept their heads in the game, and gradually worked their way back onto the front foot. The longer the tie went on, the more understandably desperate Arsenal were getting. A couple of corners in quick succession saw Martinelli roar up the travelling fans, who had been very vocal all night long. Their stellar support was ultimately to no avail, as Guardiola's men remained solid at the back, edging themselves over the line. This result will give the Mancunians heaps of confidence going into these twos match up in a few weeks when they face off again, that being in the league. As for the Cup, City will have all eyes on the draw as they are through to the fifth round. Barcelona give up on Zubimendi, Arsenal rub hands with glee. According to The Times, Arsenal are thought to be willing to splash €60 million to get Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi. Barcelona are not going to get into negotiations, and therefore have ruled out the player. Martin Zubimendi was one of the names who FC Barcelona were looking at during this transfer window. The Real Sociedad star was one of Xavi's first requests to strengthen the midfield. However, everything seems to indicate that the Basque midfielder will not be going to the Catalan side. The Barca board are not willing to pay his €60 million price tag to activate the release clause. Therefore, with Barcelona being completely off the cards, Zubimendi and his club are thought to be considering the possibility of negotiating with Arsenal, the other ones who were interested in getting him on board. According to The Times, the Gunners would be prepared to pay the release clause and get the 23-year-old midfielder in exchange for €60 million. Mikel Arteta admitted the need to strengthen the side for the second half of the season, and the man from the Basque country would arrive to replace the injured Mohamed Elneny. The London side do not want to let anything go to chance and will try and get another signing on board this January to improve the squad to continue the fight for the Premier League, where they are currently leaders, as well as for the Europa League. If Odegaard leaves Arsenal, Barcelona could be his new team. Former player Rio Ferdinand gave his opinion on his podcast about Martin Odegaard, who is standing out this season at Arsenal. The former centre-back thought that if the Norwegian leaves Arteta's side, Barcelona could be a good destination for him. Martin Odegaard is Arsenal's key player this season as the midfielder is standing out with his performances. In addition, the 24-year-old is reaching his best. The footballer has scored 8 goals and provided 5 assists so far. For this reason, many people have praised his performances. Among them, Rio Ferdinand did not hesitate to praise the player in his podcast, Vibe with 5. If Arsenal win the league and Haaland doesn't break the goal-scoring record, Odegaard is the main contender for Player of the Year, he said. Moreover, if he were to leave Arsenal, Barcelona would be a great team for him. Odegaard would have great opportunities there, Ferdinand added. Ronaldo may be punished for Juventus scandal. According to The Mirror, several big-name players could receive sanctions because of the investigations which are going on at Juventus. Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, is thought to have received deferred payments outside of the recorded amounts. Juventus are currently immersed in a financial scandal. In the past few days, the Italian side received several sanctions and suffered a 15-point deduction for falsifying their accounts between 2018 and 2020. The Italian tax system came to the conclusion that the old lady had smudged the numbers of certain negotiations and they decided to sanction the club. For that reason, some of the board, which included Andrea Agnelli and Pavel Nedved, have resigned. But that is not all. Some big-name players could see themselves affected too. Cristiano Ronaldo, Giorgio Chiellini, Paulo Dybala, Dejan Kulusevski as well as others are thought to have received deferred payments outside of the recorded amounts after accepting deferred payments during the pandemic. According to The Mirror, the Portuguese striker, for example, received a payment of £79.5 million, despite only agreeing to a deferred payment of £17.2 million. This could attract some problems. If the Italian authorities find out that the players knew about it, they may receive up to 30-day suspensions in Italian football. It is a punishment which they will probably ask to be implemented in the different leagues where the players play now. You have just heard the latest sport news. This has been Matthew bringing you the latest soccer news around the globe. Thank you for being with us. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. Share your feedback and suggestions in the comment section. I will come with another news after few hours. Until then, have a great day.